good evening, everyone. Welcome on board with us. And first of all, congratulations for being part of the second phase of the shortlist. Second part of the admission process at Welingkar. So congratulations, everyone. And today we are here to help you out with all your queries. I can see there are a lot of questions already up in the chat box asking us, sir, what is the dress code? What is the timing? So this is a webinar for you guys to understand how exactly the process is going to be. And we have with us our students and Swapnil Boite sir. He's the professor marketing at Welingkar. And this webinar, we're going to keep it for the students, by the students. So we have the students who are in final year with us. So they'll be guiding you throughout the journey, like how exactly the process was for them and now how it's going to be for you guys. Starting from the PIQ to the group activity to group personal interview. All the details will be shared quickly. So before we start today's session, I would like to play the campus's video, of which you guys are going to be part very soon. So those who will be preferring the preferences for Mumbai and Bangalore campus will obviously come and see the campus. But those selecting Kolkata, Indore, or maybe Delhi can see the campus through this video. So we'll be starting with the Bangalore campus first, and then we'll be starting from the Mumbai campus. So stay tuned. We'll start playing the video soon. All right. So I think the video will make really sense to you guys. So see the campus throughout, like Mumbai and Bangalore campus. So to start with, we have Professor Swapnil Boite sir with us. So
So
yeah, so he'll be taking charge now and taking the session ahead. All your queries will be really solved today in this session. And we also have Manasi Kute. She's the PGDM student with us, and she's in the final year. And let's start the session soon for you guys. All the best. Sir, we can start. Over to you, sir.
yeah, hi. Good evening, all of you, and welcome to the session. And as Puneet said, rightly, congratulations to everyone for coming to the next stage. So all of you have given the PIQ. So now there'll be a GA and PI. Okay. So I will want Mansi to, throw light on that. And if there are questions with respect to anything, of course, there are many questions which are there, which we will want to answer. So over to Mansi.
Hi everyone, I hope all of you are prepared. So firstly, what I'll do is I'll just walk you through the instructions. But before that, I want to tell you three important things. First being, make sure all your documents are in place. Documents as in your admit card, your application form, then what all, your 10th, 12th certificate, your undergrad certificate, everything, like whatever it is, your mark sheets and all. Second thing, make sure you have photocopies of each and every document. Why to get into last minute risk? Why to take that last minute risk? So make sure that you have photocopies of each and every document, especially your this thing. And one more thing, you don't have to submit your original documents. So you carry copies of the same. And regarding the admit card and application form, you need to have again the photocopies of those two. And third important thing is the passport size photograph. That's very important. You need to paste the passport size photograph on your admit card and your application form both. Also carry extra passport size photographs. You never know last minute hazels. So these were the three important things which you need to keep in mind. Rest, let's take a look at the instructions. So first thing, you have to be punctual. Obviously, it's your GDPI, so make sure you're not late. Be on time, or let's say before time. And other thing, the documents thing I've already explained. Printouts and all, make sure you have it in your hand before only. Don't say that udhar jaake le lenge. Mostly we do that because we being students are like, I'll go there and see if I'll get some photocopy shop and then I'll take it. Don't do that because it'll be as early as 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. also. So don't rely on anything like that. So make sure you have all your documents in place in a folder properly. Second, make sure you are properly dressed, formals, properly groomed. If I'm talking about girls, do not apply any loud makeup. You need to be subtle. You need to be presentable enough, but that doesn't mean that you have to put makeup. Be well dressed, groomed, and just get that confidence. Okay. Second, next thing, photo identity, that is your ID proof. Okay, carry that obviously original. You don't have to, nobody's going to collect that from you. The documents as in your 10th and 12th mark sheets will be collected. That's why I'm asking you to bring your photocopies. And the ID cards is just for the verification thing. So make sure you have Aadhaar card, PAN card, or whatever. Okay. Next, parents are not allowed. Okay, so only the students will be given entry into the campus. Parents won't be allowed inside. So make sure they arrange accordingly. And rest, that is all. Your documents should be in place. Your photocopies of everything. Your passport size photo should be there. You should be properly dressed. And I don't think rest, you guys are wise enough and understanding enough to, how to go ahead about the process. All the best for the same. Second thing, I would like to tell you about the entire, process, the assessment process, because this time we are having group assessments. You'll be giving a case study, you'll be solving it. And it's very important to, be, that time at that particular moment, most of the times we tend to take decisions in a different way. But that time you have to be practical and logical enough. You need to give reasonable answers or solutions to whatever case study has been given to you. So if I'm talking about, I'll give an example. For example, there's this company, okay? You're working in a particular company and you have an employee who has been working with you, an accountant who has been working with you since 15 years. Okay. And all of a sudden, so he is being handling your accounts, right? So you have no idea and you trust him a lot because 15 years is a big time span. So you trust him a lot. And one fine day, what he does, he takes out 5 lakh rupees from your listing account, doesn't even tell you. And he uses that for a good cause. It's because of his daughter's marriage. So he uses that money in his daughter's wedding, and also makes sure that after say 3-4 months, he puts that money back into the account. So it's like, even if he takes 5 lakh rupees, he uses it, and after 3-4 months, he keeps it, like gives it back into the account. But then you come to know after say few months, few days, you come to know that this has been done. Now, what would be your action, or what call would you take? Obviously, it's a bad thing, right? This is unethical, right? So that doesn't mean ki, this employee is okay. He's been working with me since 15 years. So fine, it's okay if he has taken this for his daughter's wedding, and I'll kind of no. In such cases, you need to be really practical. You have to be, because at the end, this is not an ethical approach. He could have informed you. He could have asked you for the money. So this is how you have to go about it. So this is just an example. Similar case studies will be provided or presented, and this is how you have to go about it. You have to think, you have to come up with, you have to be very wise, you have to be logical, you have to be reasonable, and whatever solution, because most of the times, in terms of say, when we look at the case study, when we read it, when we go through it, we tend to think in a in terms of emotions. Ki this example I gave, कि हाँ उसने अपनी बेटी की शादी के लिए किया. This happens most of the times, and in such cases we tend to take wrong decisions, but this should not happen. Again, I'm telling you, you need to be wise enough, be logical enough, and be confident while solving your case study, etc. It's a group activity, so competition, obviously the competition is going to be there, but make sure you yourself are wise enough while answering and giving solutions, because there are almost most of the times there are chances that you may end up having two possible solutions, chances, right? Because case studies are not going to be very easy, they're going to be kind of tricky. So you might end up having two possible answers, but again, you have to apply your mind, presence of mind, whatever, and then come up with the best possible solution and then present it. Next, you're going to have your interview. So immediately after the group discussion, that group assessment, you will be having your interview. In personal interview, again, make sure you are aware about yourself, okay? Because at the end, the first question which is asked is, tell me about yourself. And we ourselves aren't aware. When somebody asks you directly, tell me about yourself, we are blank. Okay, what do I tell about myself? Because we are most of the times not aware about our own strengths and weaknesses. So make sure you do your own SWOT analysis before, go appearing for the interview, and make sure you know everything about yourself. Also the PIQ, whatever you have written in your PIQ, because most of the times when it comes to personal interview at we school, questions are based on the PIQ. So you need to be very thorough with it, go through it, whatever you have written, be it your vision, your goals, etc., whatever it is, make sure you have read it all properly and answer all the questions confidently. That's what I would say. That's it from my side, and I hope all of you are prepared. The documents are done, and PIQ, etc., everything is done. So see you all then. All the best for your interview.
Yeah, what will Puneet, are you around?
Yes, sir. So I'll share the presentation.
So we'll have a small presentation and then try and have Mansi's take on the same. This is Mansi's photo, by the way. Same person. Okay. So we'll also try and look at the questions which are coming. So before that, okay, so this group activity and personal interview is going to happen in 5 cities: Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Calcutta, and Indore. Mumbai is starting on 10th. Okay, it will go up to 12th. Bangalore is starting on 10th and 11th, 2 days. Delhi is 17, 18, 19. Calcutta is 18 and 19. Indore is 19 February only. Okay, so Bombay and Bangalore, of course, the venues are going to be the Welingkar campus. Delhi, it is YWCA and NDMC, which is closer to Connaught Place, CP. It's centralized place. It's next to that Gurudwara, famous, very famous Gurudwara. And then you look at Calcutta. Calcutta is in, the venue is Techno India, very famous. Sector 5, next to PWC stop, which is walkable. Okay, and Indore, of course, there's a Voyage College, which is on top of the Malhar Mall on the AB Road. It's on the 4th and 5th floor. So right now we're looking at 4th floor. Okay, so this is it. Next slide, please. Puneet, can we have the next slide? Yeah. So the two campuses reiterating. Okay, Bangalore is also not far off because both of them are NRF ranked, and Bangalore is 15 years old, and Bombay is of course much older, 45-year-old. Okay, both have its own advantages. Bangalore being the Silicon Valley of the country, and Bombay, of course, being the financial capital of India. Okay, so two states, two campuses, lovely campuses, and both are really ranked high. Next. Okay, so what are the programs which we have in both, which I'm sure many of you have marked? Okay, and the question was, should I mark 1, 2, 3, and will the invigilator ask me why you're marking 1, 2, or 3? Okay, the invigilator is the question to be asked is, are you prepared for the answers of 2 or 3? Okay, so more often than not, it's not about the number. You can mark 8 or 9. It's irrespective. You have to be prepared for what are the questions you're going to ask. Okay, so I'm sure the form is there and the questions are there. So the top 4 programs, top 4 in the sense, the programs which are there in Bombay and Bangalore are PGTM, e-based research and business ethics and business design, which are there also in Bangalore. So both are these fabulous campuses, and Bombay also has the sectoral programs, which is retail, media, rural, and healthcare, which are doing fabulous. Okay, and what the highlight of both Bombay and Bangalore is, which students need to know, it's umbrella placements. What do I mean by umbrella placements? Is even if you're from PGTM or rural or healthcare, it will not matter if a Deloitte comes or a KPMG comes or an Amazon comes. Each one of you have an equal opportunity. Okay, so some of you, if you are marked, let's say a healthcare or a rural, okay, or anything, okay, if you get through Welingkar, it is going to be you are at equal part. I mean, with respect to other programs, which is more. I mean, I don't think other institutes look at it that way. Why are we claiming we are the B school with a great ROI? Because the fees is 6.5 lakhs per year. So if you total it for 2 years, it's going to be 13 lakhs for 2 years. And the average placements are going around 12.25. So it's near to 1. So it's really a good, I mean, very few B schools in the country. Okay, forget Maharashtra or forget the western part in the country who has this kind of batch strength. I mean, Bombay has a batch strength of 720 and Bangalore has 270. Okay, can claim such kind of numbers. These are phenomenal numbers. And Mansi herself has got into one organization which she'll talk about. Okay, these are great things. So that's why the claim is B school with a great ROI and umbrella placements. Most importantly is the umbrella placements. Before we go to the next slide, can we have the, the section where we take FAQs, Puneet, because that will help us to understand we are going on the right track. So Mansi and I will try and answer those questions.
All right. So the FAQ, the questions are already been popped up beforehand and before time. So let's start with the first activity. What can we expect in a group activity?
Okay, as I'm sure you must have heard, Mansi. Okay, so of course there'll be case study or maybe a topic, okay, given to you. And then, of course, you need to write pointers on a piece of paper and talk about it. Okay, it is a group activity that way. So more often, maybe it's an ethical dilemma case study, number crunching, so on and so forth. So one of that case study is done already by Mansi.
All right. So the second question is from Pratik. He's asking, is this for the first phase or the second phase student?
I mean, what is for the first phase or second phase?
This process, the PI process.
This is for phase 1 only.
Correct. So phase 2 students, they need to wait for the CMAT or other examination results.
Phase 1 means what? Phase 1 means the results will be in March. That is why they are applying now, right? So a student doesn't apply to only one institute. He has to apply, maybe he applies to 3-4 institutes. So it is very important for him to get the results by March. So that is why he's applying phase 1. Next questions. We'll have
Okay.
address 8:30 and then look at then we'll come back to the slides which we are having.
All right. So so there's the next question coming up. Is there any particular dress code for the PI process?
You have to be in formals, no particular dress code. You have to be formals, look good, look confident. And as Mansi rightly said, if you've heard her, so either you're a boy or a girl, you have to be well groomed, and if you're well groomed, you look confident. Next.
All right. So there's one more question coming up. Is there a possibility to change the center? I think you should mark an email to pgapp@welingkarmail.org. So next question is, do we need to have a blazer and tie? I think this is already answered. If I come on the same day, can I get free on the same day? Yes, you can. So
this is a very important question. So many students are concerned with respect to, will the GAPI happen on the same day? Of course, it will happen on the same day. So let's suppose you're 10th. If you have booked the tickets for 10th, okay, it will happen on the 10th. Okay, maybe it takes 5-6 hours. So ideally, if your slot is 7:30, book a train at, let's say, 6 in the evening to be on the safer side.
So,
next.
All right. Do we need to carry resume too?
What are these hands raised for? Sakshi, Isha, Sonali, and Muskan. And there are many hands.
All right. So Sakshi, you can just type in your questions on the chat box and
students so that we know. I hope the question is, relevant and pertinent. So can we give access to, let's say, Isha or Muskan and hear them out? Is it possible?
Yeah, just let me check. Yeah, Isha, you can talk now. Isha, can you hear us?
Maybe
Muskan. Yeah, maybe Muskan. You would like to ask something? You can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm applying to college through CMA, and I have some form in phase 1. So will it be valid?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
The question properly.
Can I attend the interview without giving my entrance exam? I have applied through CMA, but my exam has not been conducted yet.
You can. That is precisely what the phase 1 says, right? That you can attend the whole process and then upload your ATMA or CMAT score whenever it is available.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good question. But see, if you are being shortlisted for phase 1, I think you should complete the process and finish it off. That's my take.
All right. Yeah. So Isha Agarwal, would you like to ask some questions?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so for the document process, it was told that we have to submit all our original documents, including 10th and 12th mark sheet. But I have graduated in 2022. So my 12th grade mark sheets are still with my college and they won't be given to me till at least May of this year. So is it okay if I just have the Xerox?
Yes, we don't need the originals.
Nobody is going to collect original documents from you all. That's what I made clear.
Okay, sorry, I
It'll
heard.
be better if you carry your original document, but you don't have to submit it there. You just have to submit the photocopy.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
It is Isha. It is already mentioned on your admit card that we need the photocopies.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Also.
So we have one more Prachi. Prachi, you can just talk and give us your questions.
Yeah, hope I'm audible, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, actually, I have the same question of original documents. So yeah, I got it cleared.
All right, all the best.
Thank you.
The documents are very important and we don't want it now.
Sudarshan, you can just answer. You can just unmute and put in your question.
Yes, I am audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Can you please once more give one more example about the group activity? Just an example that how which case study was asked to you or any
Okay.
group activity that was given to you. Please.
Okay.
All right.
Mansi, I had discussed with her, so Mansi will do that. Okay. Next. I think what we'll do now, 8:30 ho gaya hai. So let's not give access to more people, because we will try and finish the slides and then come to the questions again.
No
Mansi,
worries.
yeah.
Yes, so I hope the instructions are clear, but still I'll just go through it quickly. I also read few of the questions. So this is the place where you have to paste your passport size photograph, and in the box below, you have to sign over there. And these are the following instructions. So admit card and application form are very important documents. Second, it's okay if you don't carry your original 10th, 12th mark sheets. It's absolutely fine. Nobody is going to take that from you. You just need to carry your, the photocopies of your documents, okay? Because that you will have to submit over there. And it's better if you carry 2-3 copies of the same in case. And it's also fine if you carry original documents, but nobody is going to collect it. Again, I'm repeating, nobody is going to collect your original documents. You just have to submit the photocopies of the same, okay? And passport size photograph, make sure you have extra passport size photographs. You have to paste it on both your admit card as well as your application form. Rest, parents are not allowed, and only the student will be allowed inside the campus. Be on time, before time, I would say, because in case like we are being told that the students might come from 6 a.m. also, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. So make sure you are on time for there. That's it. Your next pizza. So this is your application form. Here also you have to paste your photograph and make sure it's obviously a recent passport size photograph. This is what your details are, and you might be questioned on your details about say your graduation, college, your percentage, and what you did in your graduation, etc., etc. These questions, simple questions might be asked in the interview. That's it. So next speech. So what is GAPI? Group assessment. So normally we used to have one topic is given, and then we have to discuss among whatever group members we have. But this time it's going to be a little different. So you will be given a topic, a case study will be presented. You have to kind of give a solution on it. Okay. So one example I've already given. I would like to give one more example. Say you are in a college and you're the student president. Okay. So you're the student president, and there's this girl who kind of was caught cheating in one of the examinations. And then her invigilator says that you'll have to give all the exams. You'll have to go for the supplementary re-examination, and you'll have to go for every exam. Like you have to answer all the exams till now. So now obviously it's kind of difficult. So what that girl does is she goes to the student president and tells him that this is what has happened. I'm ready to give the re-examination of the paper of the exam in which I was caught, but I don't want to give all the examinations again. So in such cases, what will you do? Because if we see it from a different point of view, then obviously that's unethical. She was caught cheating and that is totally wrong. But then again, this is also not right that she'll have to appear for all the examinations. So can you find some midway? So this is what the case studies would be, something which will put you into thinking that what can be done about the situation. And also you need to be logical, okay? Make sure you don't bring your emotions in between. Ki, theek hai, meri dost hai. Most of the times this happens that she's my friend, okay, I'll leave her. I'll manage something. No, you have to be quite ethical over here, and you have to give logical, reasonable solutions. And as I said before, most of the times these case studies are quite tricky. So you might end up having two possible solutions, and you will be like, dono answers ho sakta hai. This is also a possibility, but then also out of those two solutions, you have to find the best possible solution, which can be the, the answer to this case study. So that's all the case study about. And there's no knockout round, okay? Everybody who gives the GD will be giving the personal interview. So it's not like after the group discussion, we'll be having a shortlist. No, it's not like that. So after group assessment, you'll be having your personal interview, and personal interview is mostly based on your PIQ. So what have you written in your PIQ? So you need to go through it like thoroughly. You need to know about yourself, because mostly the questions are asked like, what are your goals? What is your vision? What would you like to do? Like if you come at V school, as I'm the general secretary. So as a general secretary, if you say that I want to become the general secretary, then what are the things you want to do for your institute or for your student body, etc., etc. All these questions will be asked. Second most important question, which you should be prepared, that is why V school. So you need to have a proper answer, because this is a mandatory question. This is asked every time. I also, even I was asked this question, that why V school. So these are the basic questions which are asked, and I hope that is clear to you all. If you have any questions, you can again type in the chat box.
Yeah, Puneet. So, are there any questions for us?
Yes. So there are a couple of questions. In the application form, there is already a photo and a signature present in the color printout. Should we paste photocopy or do a signature on the place where photo has been pasted? Yes. Just hard refresh, the photograph will be disappeared, and you need to put a photograph. You have to stick the photograph on the form and also on the admit card. So clear all your browser history first, and then try to log in, or maybe you can try in the incognito window, and then take the fresh printout of the application form. You need to stick a photograph there and photograph on the admit card as well. Again, the next question is, will the originals will be returned? So we are not asking for the originals. We just need the photocopies. What would be the preferred dress code for a female candidate? I think that's answered already. So you need to be in formals. So business formals will work. Blazers, not really compulsory, but if you have, good. All right. So basically, sir, all the questions are basically what kind of documents needs to be there.
That is there in the admit card. I don't think we need to
Correct. And the language of communication would be English, right? So that's already mentioned on the email which we have sent to you guys.
So that we know what is there in the head.
Correct. So there's a question coming up. Can a student get rejected in a group activity?
Rejected means what? I mean, he'll get less marks. That's it.
So basically, you have marks for your group assessment and your personal interviews. As I said, there's no knockout round. That is, there's no shortlist after your group assessment. So everybody who is appearing for the group assessment will also go for personal interview. The result will be on the basis of the marks combined from your GA and your PI.
Perfect.
All right. So there's one more question up here which is saying, like, I have a GAPI round on 18th in Kolkata. Should I book my return ticket on the same day? So this is a question of many students who are planning to book tickets. Yeah.
That on the same day, yes. But let's say in the evenings. Let's say your process starts at 7. You don't book at 1. It will be touch and go. Kindly book after 4 or 5. Okay. Because then you will be in the mentally you will not be in the zone. You have to go again. If you have come from 100 kilometers, 200, 500, whatever kilometers away from the venue, you should not be in the pressure of anything. I mean, of catching the train or catching the flight or whatever. So my earnest request is, let's suppose the interview at 7.
Online.
Me acting.
There's someone, please unmute yourself, guys, the participants.
I think Sudarshan unmute.
Sudarshan unmute, yes.
So can you give access to the others?
Yes, I can. So, sir, let us complete the last thing first, the group interview tips, the most important one. Or should we take the questions first?
Take the questions and then we'll go to the tips. Tips have been already.
Yeah. So, Anmol Dubey, you can just unmute and ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have applied for multiple programs as I had option, but I was sure about only 2 programs. So should I prepare for all the program answer that cross question could be asked for all the programs? Because I was not sure about all the program, but I applied because there were options.
You have marked, okay. If you have marked all programs, of course you have to prepare for all programs.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Simple.
Prachi Agarwal, you can unmute and ask your question.
Once the question is out, make them, I mean, redundant or something like that.
Rutuja, can you unmute and ask the question?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes. So my doubt was, as a fresher, do we have the need to bring a resume?
No. Are your form it resume.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go do this quick. Shriparna, Apurva, Tanisha.
Yeah. Siparna, you can just unmute and ask question.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So I had a question. Like, I have a result of a semester in a hard. I don't have the hard copy, but I do have the soft copy. So can I print out the soft copy and take there?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Apurva, you can. Okay, Apurva. Apurva, yes. Apurva, you can unmute and ask the question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So my question is, I am currently pursuing my BCom, and I really wanted to get into the business analytics program. So my question is that what level of knowledge do I need to have, for example, like Power BI or Python? So do I need to have an intermediate, beginner, or advanced level of programming and statistics and mathematical skills and all that?
To brush up everything. Thank you. The answer is very simple. You have to brush up everything. Next.
And make sure you are thorough with the Excel thing, especially the formulas, shortcuts, and all.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you need not be an advanced level in that domain, but you need to know the basics of SQL, right? So solving a query on SQL, you should know that, select star from that and getting it resolved. That all basic things you should know. Rest, everything would be there in the syllabus. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Shruti, you can unmute and ask question.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my question is like I have applied now, but I will be appearing for CMAT. So shall I go for phase 2 selection process, or one is fine? And if it is okay, then when the result will be out, like after CMAT exam, or what it will be?
So I will give you the scenario. You decide what you want to do. Okay, very simple. So I'm sure that many students who are listening may be in the similar predicament. Okay, simple. If you have been called in phase 1, I would ideally want that student to complete the process and keep. The reason being is very simple. Okay, you have already applied, you already paid 3,000. Okay, go through the process. 1. I'll give you 2 scenarios. What will happen? You have gone through the process, you have gone through GDPI, everything. Okay, you already gone through PIQ, so it helps mentally. You've gone through the whole process. Second, then your absolute mind is only on cracking exams, maybe CMAT or maybe ATMA, any exam which we take. Most important, okay, God forbid, if you don't clear the cutoff in phase 2, so let's suppose you don't give phase 1 at all. Okay, you are a CMAT aspirant, go for phase 2. You already paid 3,000 and you don't clear the cutoff, because phase 2 is going to be only about cutoff, and you don't get the cutoff right. So you will not be able to even give the process. Your 3,000 is gone. You understand? So I will request you to go through the process. Okay. even if you don't get through Welingkar, there are other colleges which will help. I mean, if you've gone through the Welingkar process, of course, it will help you to crack other colleges. So I hope I answered this question for all people.
Yes,
So,
when we get out, means once we give my is scheduled for 19th at Indore.
Yeah, are you from Indore?
No, sir, I am from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, actually.
So that's what precisely what I'm saying. Otherwise, you have to come all the way to Bombay to give the phase 2 interview, right?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense. Next.
Okay, so just mute yourself. Next question. So Bhagyashri Patel, you can just unmute and answer. Quickly ask the question.
Hello, can you hear me? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Yeah, tell me. Tell us.
Wait. Okay. So on my application form, which I got printed online, on that my university degree name is different. But when I go to my dashboard and see the university name that I have put on it is different, which is the correct one. So will that cause any trouble during my interview process?
That has no link, but you have to get this corrected. Definitely, you have to get this corrected. You can have email to PG app. It will not have any bearing with the marks. You have to get this corrected.
Okay, how do I like, can you guide me?
Yeah, so I can help you with this. Yeah, you can just write an email to pgapp@welingkarmail.org. This email ID is there on the contact us on your dashboard. Second thing, just refresh the page. Try deleting all your browser history and then try, or maybe you can try in the incognito window to log in.
Okay.
That will solve your problems. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
So Harshal, you can just unmute and ask question.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Good evening. So my question is, sir, regarding the umbrella placement. So what if, as it is umbrella placement, most of the companies might be coming for a sales profile, right? And what if I have a less score in my grad, just below 60, and I don't want sales profile, but my desired profile is something else. So will that any case of hampering my eligibility for any companies?
Of course. If you're less than 60, many companies will not take you.
Okay, so and what if I made good in my academics, MBA academics, and if I am doing good in my MBA, then what is there any kind of support from college that they will help me into getting the placement?
100 companies come, okay, maybe 60 companies will that kind of thing that you need to have 60% throughout. But there are 40 companies, right? The 40 companies they have a criteria which I mean they just want the people. That's about it. So you can apply to this other 40. So it is most important for you to have get these schools only.
Sir, just to add on, last question, my last question. Is there any current scenario in your institute that the same concern has been facing? Like some students are below 60 and they have been placed at a very good place with a good profile?
But if this kind of attitude is there, I'm not sure what will happen, because see, either you are 50 or 60, it will not matter. They want good guys. So kaisa hota hai ki there are many companies who are like stringent. They want first class throughout. So they will not even see your profile if you're not first class throughout. So it's okay if you're not going to be in that cutoff list, is completely all right. But there are many others who doesn't have the criteria. So many students have got through that. So they are looking at 11, 12 packages also. But you need to be really, really good.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's what's insightful. Thank you.
Rhythm, you can just unmute and ask question.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, can I expect the merit list of first phase in the second week of March if I go through at my exam? Hello.
Yeah, so we are not really sure about the exact date of the results, but tentatively March end the results should come.
Really?
Okay, sir.
You are so let's go slow. You are giving phase 1, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and your CAT ZAT marks are, I'm assuming, not up to the mark.
No, sir, I have not given the CAT exam, but sir, I will give CMAT and ATMA because ATMA is happening on 25th of February. So, sir, I'm just thinking that if I do sit for that exam, can I and that result will be out on 2nd of March. I saw in the ATMA profile, ATMA website.
So you are right, but I cannot give you the exact date that when the results will be announced. But you are right. Definitely, we'll consider that.
Okay, sir. And sir, one more question. Sir, do I need to show a migration certificate of in the admission procedure?
Yes, yes, that will happen in May end or March end or June. That you will have
Sir,
enough.
Because sir, I have applied for in this month, and actually I'm from Calcutta, Kolkata. So I have applied through Calcutta University, and they usually takes time for 4 to 5 months.
You have time till September to submit.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
We'll take another question from Vedant. Vedant, you can unmute and ask.
Hello, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask that is there any definitive seat allocation between phase 1 and phase 2?
No, no, no. There is no seat allocation.
And also another thing, so I have 65, above 65 in all of the three graduation, 10th and 12th, but I don't have an internship and I have 1 year's gap for the preparation as well as I was preparing for the CET. So will it matter my admission process or points?
No, no, it will not matter.
Because I don't have any internship on my resume.
No, no. If you feel it matters, then it will matter. I don't see it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so Arup, you can just unmute and ask question.
Sir, first of all, I want to ask that does the case study will come with like MCQ? It will be MCQ based, or we have to provide one specific or answer to that?
Mansi, can you answer this?
No, it's an open-ended case study. There would be no MCQs. So just a case study will be presented and you have to give a solution.
So it's more like a group discussion. Like we have to tell some specific point upon which we will be judged.
So group discussion as in you discuss with others, right? Here you have to apply your own logic and come up with a reasonable solution, okay?
Okay, here we just have to say to the judges or interviewers.
Yes, right.
Yeah, thank you. And one more question regarding the placement. Does the average which is currently the Welingkar in colleges which school is giving, that is overall average, or regarding some specific programs like PGDM, or it's analytics based, or it's like e-business, or both research and analysis, like that?
Every program has a particular average. So this time you must have seen the previous slide also, we can see like or Swapnil sir might be able to explain it in a much better way. For every program we have a different average, and for every program, again, be it RBA, be it your rural, be it PGDM normal, but the average is different, but it's almost everywhere it's above 11 on.
Okay, thank you. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, you can unmute and ask question. Shreya, are you here? You can unmute and ask question.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So I wanted to ask, will phase 1 results be out on the same day after giving GA and PI? Because I will give CMAT only for Welingkar. And if I get to know whether I'm getting admission or not, then I will not go for other entrance exams.
See, to be very honest, the results will not come on the same day, right? Because interviews are happening at multiple locations, right? So It has to be collaborative result at the end. So March end is the what we're expecting the results to be out. So you'll have to wait, and eventually you'll also have to give the CMAT examination later on. You have to wait March.
Okay, sir.
Tanisha, you can unmute and answer the question. Ask the question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes,
So I had two questions. First is, how is Welingkar a different college than rest of the colleges? Can you reflect a little bit on vision and mission of Welingkar? And second is, the case study Mansi gave us two examples. Could she answer how would, if she was in our place, how would she give answer to those case studies so it could help us to formulate the answer during our time?
Mansi, you go first and then I'll come.
And one more question, sir. We do not have to bring resume, right?
No, you don't have to bring any resume.
Okay.
Okay. So the first case study, the example which I gave, that was about like if I am the employer and my employee who has been working with me for say 15 years. Now he has done this. I hope everybody knows the case. I don't have to repeat it. So in such cases, obviously, as I said, you don't have to bring your emotions in between, because at the end, whatever he did was not ethical. If he would have informed me, or if he would have asked me, then that would be that would have been a different scenario. But in cases where I don't even know what has he done, and this is purely unethical. So obviously the solution you have to be very straightforward in such cases. You will have to fire him, because again you'll give him a second chance. You never know, because now it takes time to build that trust. You never know, what if he does that again, the same thing the second time also. So that's why what I would have done if I would have been in the place of the employer, I would have directly fired the employee, no matter even if he has worked with me for say 15 years or whatever it is. But that's not the thing that, okay, he is my employee, he's so loyal to me, or I have trusted him so much. No, still that doesn't mean that I'll kind of chalo tumhe maaf kar diya, koi baat nahi. No, it's not that. Here you have to be very practical and reasonable. And second case study which I spoke about, this thing, student president. So in such cases you have to find a midway. Not every time. So that's what I said, the case study is pretty tricky. Okay, not every time you will find one single solution for it. You might end up having two different solutions. So in such cases you need to find a midway. What can be done? You can go talk to the invigilator, what exactly happened. She was caught cheating in one exam. Cases you need to find a midway, which will be a win-win situation, what we say. Also not have to.
But in the first case, isn't it too extreme to just fire the employee?
It's how you work.
Can you hear us?
Sorry, sir, I lost the internet connection. I could not hear her after that.
All right. So it is a clear case of ethical dilemma, right? So let's suppose if one person has done something and he was working for 15 years. So what is the guarantee that he will not do the same kind of stuff next time, right? And let us assume if you're not firing him, then there would be other colleagues who will be getting into same kind of activities in the near future, right? So to stop all this thing, the right path to the action would be, removing him from the company immediately. So that is a case of ethical dilemma.
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
And with respect to the vision and mission, so our vision is very clear that we need to invent education by offering all the practical and innovative methods. So the technology-driven methods, basically the in-sync, like the AIs and the MLs, and we are basically a tech school. So that's the vision which we have. I mean, we need to ensure that whatever managerial capacities which we create, they need to manage risk. Okay, they need to manage, organizations. The passion for learning has to be there. Of course, the buzzwords are creativity, thinking, okay. And at the end of all of it, have values, so value systems in place, okay. Because the social and economic environment is changing, but if you don't have the values in place, I don't think you'll be able to survive. Yeah, next question.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
Sir, I had one doubt that I have applied to my CAT score, and I also have mentioned that I'll be giving CMAT. So on what basis I have been shortlisted? Because many of the aspirants over here are saying that they have applied through CMAT, but the CMAT has not yet been held.
So it's okay, right? So how much you scored in CAT? How much you scored in CAT?
75, sir.
And if they give you, let's say, a lower program, you can always give CMAT and go for a higher program. Simple. You need not apply again. If you failed the form once, you don't have to apply again in phase 2. Application is only once. Okay. We are not going to ask you money again. That give me again money. No. Okay.
No, sir, it's not about money. I just had the confusion that on what basis I've been shortlisted.
It's okay.
Okay.
And in many cases, it is going to be like CMAT people, it is going to be profile. So 66.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, sir, I think we need to get with the slides now. Most of the questions have been answered. Given the paucity of time. Hello, Swapnil sir?
Yeah.
So we will start at the end slide now.
Okay. Can Mansi, Mansi is also around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are just the basic group interviewing tips because these are most needed at such times. So as I said, you'll be having your group assessment first. So the only thing first is be confident. Whatever you have to give a solution, right? So whatever solution you come up with, apply all your logic and come up with a good solution. Be wise while solving the case study. Second, when you go for your interview, make sure you, as I said, do your SWOT analysis. You should know everything about yourself. Why we school? Tell us about yourself. What you want to do in life, or where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? Basic questions will be asked. Why are these questions asked? To know your vision or to know your goals. What you want to do in life? What exactly your thought process? How you think about yourself? How you think about your future? These are the reasons why these questions are asked. And obviously, the interviewers are also very smart. They'll ask you one question in 2-3 different ways to know whether you are answering the question in similar way or whether you're answering the same question or not. Like, for example, if say reading books, or what is your hobby? And if I say yes, I like reading books. So this question can be asked in a different manner again to actually know whether I'm a reader or not, or whether I actually like reading or not. So whatever answer you are giving, make sure you are, don't lie at all. In an interview, you have to be yourself, be confident about whatever you say. If you don't know the answer to any question, that's absolutely fine. Be upfront about that also. I'm sorry, sir, I don't know the answer. But do not lie, do not try to bluff at all, because in case that actually creates a bad impression on the interview also. So if you're answering any question, make sure you are honest with it and do not bluff again. So that's another thing. Again, be a leader in terms of solving the case study. So when you're solving the case study, you have to think from the point of view of a leader, because you are going to be future leaders, you're going to be future managers, right? So in such cases, while solving the case study, you have to be wise, you have to be ethical, you have to be logical, you have to be reasonable and whatnot. So that is it. Be prepared, as I've already told you, be prepared with all your documents, be prepared with everything, be prepared with yourself. When I talk about what you should be dressed, you should be properly dressed, business formals. Blazers, not compulsory, but it's okay if you wear it, if you have it. That another thing, well groomed, hair, beard, everything. I read few of the questions, boys you have to get a clean shave. You know, beard, short beard is still fine, but it's better if you go for a clean shave. That creates a good impression. And girls, if you have really long hair, make sure you tie it up. No fringes and other things. No loud makeup again. Make sure you are properly dressed. Subtle makeup. If you want to put makeup, that's absolutely fine. It should be subtle. And what else? That's it. Be yourself. Be a good listener. Again, that's a very important thing. Why? Because most of the times we being students tend to get into a hurry to answer the questions. So you need to be patient enough. You need to answer, listen to the question properly, understand it. Take a few seconds. No problem. Take a few seconds. Understand the question. Ask doubts if any. Okay. Analyze it. Interpret it properly, and then answer the question. It's okay. No need to rush, and just answer it correctly. That's it from my side. I hope everything's clear to you all, and all the very best. See you all soon.
Yeah, so just last minute. So I agree with Mansi that you need to tick all those boxes. Most important, you please go through your form, because your form is your introspection. It's like a Bible, a Quran, or a Gita, whatever you can call it. That form will decide whether you're going to enter Welingkar or not. Simple. That's about it. So I think we should call it an end, Puneet.
Hello, can I ask a last question?
Yeah, Sudarshan, be quick.
Yeah. As in group discussion, you have to yourself try to get a chance to talk. But in the group assessment, will be given a fair chance to each and everyone that yes, it's your turn. Now you can keep your points.
Yes. So it's not like a group discussion where we have to fight, like when will I get a chance, but it's like a group assessment, right? It's a case study discussion. So try putting forth your point on your own, and don't let the faculty member, whoever will be there to ask you, what is your solution? Try speaking up, but it's not like a group discussion. It's a little different.
Like, can we raise your hand when we are prepared with your answer, so that the person sitting in front of us can give us a chance, or if we have to
Sure,
directly
definitely.
speak?
See, there are going to be 12 students, okay? So you'll be sitting in like 12 students in a semicircle, you'll be sitting. If you are ready with your solution, you can just raise your hand and, can give the solution. Not an issue.
Okay, so it is fixed that it's going to be only group assessment, no GD, group discussion.
Yes, this time we won't be having any group discussion. We are going to have group assessment where you'll be given a case study, and that is what you have to solve. Rest, if you have any doubts, anything else, you can ask the faculty coordinator who will be there that time, and all the instructions also will be given to you before you begin your case study discussion or whatever solving.
Thank you so much. You both were very helpful to us. Thank you so much.
All right, so this brings to the end of this workshop. Thank you, students, for being here with us today for this session. So all the best, do your best, and God will do the rest. All the best, and see you in B School very soon. Thanks a lot.